Communism didn't disappear. It basically just changed its name. And over the last couple of months, I'd say over about the last 18 months, there is a section of the Democrat Party that has embraced communism. Now, they've reframed it. They've changed the name and put in a tricky little word there called Democrat Socialism. But it's still the same thing. You can put a dress on Fred and he's still a dog, and that's exactly what's happening right now. And it seems like they've really attracted a lot of young people. Young people continuously struggle with, finding good jobs. Maybe that's because they get degrees in feminine dance therapy. They struggle with inflation. They struggle with buying homes, and we'll go back to why they can't buy homes, because they've got degrees in feminine dance therapy. But the Democrat Party is at a crossroads right now. And I believe the crossroads is who they are. Now, you're going to see over the next month, probably the next 2 months, there's going to be a real big ramp up in splitting the conservative base, splitting the Republican Party. It's probably going to happen tonight with Tucker Carlson. He's going to come out and tell you how bad the Republican Party is, how betrayed MAGA has been, and he's going to lay out the game plan for either his presidential run or another candidate within. Thomas Massie, Marjorie Taylor Greene, let's say General Mike Flynn. Now, that's a real damn problem, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be the Ross Perot effect. Without Ross Perot, we would not have the Clintons. There's a lot of people that will say, George Bush, I just couldn't vote for him. Well, a vote for a third-party candidate is a vote for the Democrat Party. And the Democrat Party right now really doesn't know who they are. You've got leaders in the squad. You've got Rashida Tlaib, AOC. You have Hakeem Jeffries. You have Chuck Schumer. You have Bernie Sanders. They are all embracing this Democrat socialist group because they're so desperate for voters. And the reason they're desperate for voters is a lot of the people have woken up. They have realized that they have been played for years. And now they're leaving the Democrat Party, so the Democrat Party has to recoup those votes. For years, they've been able to recoup those votes through the southern border. And now we're this close to passing the SAVE Act. Will it happen before the election? I don't know. I just don't see some of these Republican senators doing the right thing. They're probably going to go on vacation. You know it as well as I do. And we all need a vacation. But for a group of people that only works about 134 days a year, do they really need a vacation when we're on the cusp of America's success or America's failure? The primaries last night in Michigan showed exactly what's happening. You've got this avowed socialist, I think his name is El Said, and he looks like he wins that Michigan primary, beats this other bad candidate, Haley Stevens, and that's just what's going to happen. We're going to see a continued rise in these Democrat socialists because they're trendy. They are what looks good. They're what feels good. You know, the rags to riches story with AOC. She used to be a bartender, right? The rags to riches story from, the gal Ilhan Omar. She escaped socialism, comes to America, may or may not have had a relationship with her brother to get citizenship. Now she marries one of these evil white guys. And now she tells you all white guys are bad. So this is the playbook. But they're going to want to make this feel comfortable. And by using the word democratic socialist, it makes it comfortable. It makes it appealing to people wearing the Che Guevara shirts, getting the mocha chocolates at Starbucks. These are the safe havens for them. Some of the other safe havens are university campuses where this stuff is actually being taught. And I'm not so sure that I can go along with any of this any further. Typically, my videos, I'm in my studio catching the breaking news. And it seems like the news cycle is moving much faster. And I think sometimes some of the things happening in the news is to serve as nothing more than a distraction of the greater picture, the greater collapse, the greater attack. And that's what I think is happening right now. We're seeing a greater attack. We're seeing Democrat socialism be embraced. You are going to see all the wine moms that watch Candace Owens embrace Tucker Carlson and this third party movement. Now, I don't know what they're going to call this third party. I think it's hilarious that they think that this will be effective. They call themselves experts. I'm still waiting on, Thomas Massey to read all those names out. I see now that Marjorie Taylor Greene, you can get a cameo appearance for $164. I just don't know what the next move is, but right here, we're going to stay salty, and we're going to keep our eyes on the target. It's on the horizon right now, but every day we get closer to the horizon, and that's the midterm elections. You're going to see Tucker Carlson come out and just trash J.D. Vance. And when the news media and the talking head mockingbird media are all going after one target, it's probably the right choice. I like Marco Rubio, love the guy. I think we could not go wrong with a Marco Rubio, a J.D. Vance, a Stephen Miller, a Pete Hegseth. All of these men are acting like men. And that scares the hell out of the Democrat Socialist Party. Communism is easy. You vote your way in, but you have to shoot your way out. Or you escape, you flee, you leave your S-hole country, and you come here, and then you try to reinstill this communism in America that you fled from. I still can't wrap my head around on the 25th anniversary of 9/11. That's coming up. That we have an avowed religion of peace mayor in New York City. The city that was destroyed by that religion of peace. And we've finally been rebuilt. And the people there are so feeble and so weak-minded and so desperate for laziness, for the government that they hate to take care of them, that they would elect someone like Zoran Mamdani. Communism has not changed. They have changed the name to make it feel better, to make it a little easier to digest. But New York City, those grocery stores that are supposed to be giving out free food, well, you're not getting anything from them to digest unless you have ID. That same ID that, men and women of color and women are too dumb to get. This is a little talk from the backyard this morning. Feeling salty, feeling confused. I've never been confused about America before. But right now, we are at a fork in the road. Are we going to go down this slippery slope of communism, of Democrat socialism? Or are we going to do the right thing? And let's stay on the right path. And stay with what has got us here. A constitutional republic. And that scares people. There's no reason that any of you should ever say, well, I'm just so frustrated, I'm not going to vote. That's what they want, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they want. Well, it's not happening here. I'm going to be voting until, I tell you what, if I'm on a damn respirator, you better reel me out to vote, just like they did Jimmy Carter. Because I fought for your right to vote, and I know a lot of other men and women that are in national cemeteries that are rolling over right now, wondering what the hell happened to America. The current guy, you might like him, you might hate him. You might like what he says, and sometimes it makes me cringe. But I think he's the best damn shot. And they wouldn't have tried to get rid of him so many times if he wasn't the right option. Think about that. 0 attempts on Biden. 0 attempts on Obama. 0 attempts on the Clintons. 0 attempts other than throwing a shoe at George W. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Ben Dykes Show. Hope you check out my sponsor here, Biltong USA, Anton. You see Fred here. He loves the Biltong as well. I try not to give him too much of it because I like it myself. There'll be a link in the description. Buy me a cup of coffee. It always helps me stay focused on what's happening in America. Me and Fred will see you in the next one. Take care.